a sci-fi metropolis in an imagined world. It's the stuff of movie fantasy, or is it perhaps a glimpse into our future? As technology brings tomorrow within our reach, one city is intent on making its vision of the future a reality today. Dubai has built in around 50 years what has taken most cities centuries. Going from a tiny fishing village into an international trading hub, home to more than 2.5 million people. If the story of this modern metropolis is one of constant evolution, then it's just embarked on its most ambitious chapter.
The message to the world is we are Dubai and we are the future.
There's almost no parallel to what's happening in Dubai anywhere in the world, let alone in the Middle East.
Today, the city is a testing ground for tomorrow's innovations. Entrepreneurs and scientists from around the world are pushing boundaries, changing the way we will live and work in the future.
There are always going to be entrepreneurs and innovators that push out, that look at the world with things that we look at as crazy, which, by the way, when they succeed, seem obvious 10, 20 years later. But the signal that that sends, I think, globally, certainly to the region, but particularly to innovators, is all bets are on.
One such bet is taking place inside this warehouse. Located on the outskirts of Dubai, this modest building is home to what could be the future of transport. The world's first autonomous flying taxi.
We will be making history, and everyone would like to be part of the history where you can tell in the future that this was the first project and I had that opportunity to be part of this project.
Actually, you just need 2 people, maybe 3, to assemble the volocopter.
Great. Very good.
Khalid Al-Awadi is from Dubai's Road and Transport Authority. He was charged with finding the technology and bringing it to the city.
Let's say maximum 3 hours on the beach side, this should be completed.
For German manufacturer Volocopter, Dubai offers them a chance to fast-track their creation.
If you look at the West, you look at the broader world, there's a lot of talk about technology, there's a lot of work being done in technology, but we're also slow in adopting a lot of that because it's just complex.
Bas, okay, down.
That complexity doesn't exist in Dubai. Here there's an environment that encourages disruptive technologies.
They see that the global economy is moving towards these industries, and they understand that they have to get ahead of this game rather than wait for it to come to them.
That's why innovations like the flying taxi are far easier to get off the ground. This is just a test flight, but a fully operational flying taxi service could be just around the corner.
So our target by the coming 5 years will be seeing those type of transportation flying in the city.
But future transport services require a lot more than just mock trials.
You need the infrastructure, not just only the building infrastructure, but also the technology infrastructure that are required to run this service in the city.
That's where this place comes in. The brand new Enterprise Command and Control Center. This $90 million facility is already planning for the future, integrating all existing and potential modes of transport.
We have the CCTV cameras on the right-hand side, we have social media feed. In the middle, we have Dubai map with all of the transportation information to tell us how mobility is in Dubai real time.
Abdullah Bastaki makes sure all transport and infrastructure entities work together.
So this was the impact on it post the accident.
Providing more efficiency for a city constantly on the move.
What
What makes it unique that all of these control centers are integrated to provide the view that we have today for mobility in Dubai.
And for a preview of tomorrow's transport needs, a darkened room, known as the cave. Here, through virtual reality, the city's infrastructure is tested to see how it'll cope with flying taxis, driverless cars, and beyond.
Being able to analyze such data, to have data insight, to be able to predict the traffic, this is definitely the future today.
In a rapidly growing city, responding to future transport challenges is essential. But what if you could overcome them before they even happened? That's exactly what Dirk is trying to do.
At Dirk, we develop software applications for both autonomous vehicles and regular cars using artificial intelligence to predict and prevent car accidents.
Using a combination of citywide sensors and onboard computers, Dirk aims to anticipate erratic driver behavior and alert other road users to take evasive action.
In the future, autonomous cars are coming, even flying drones, and we at Dirk, we're focusing on this transition.
Dirk is already operational in parts of Dubai. George Aoud and his team credits their success to conducting tests in the real world. And that's only been possible because the city is receptive to their ideas.
Dubai is leading when it comes to adopting new technologies. We're not just developing simulations, we actually have our system on the roads, collecting data and improving what we're doing and showcasing the benefits.
If a city is a machine, Dubai wants to be the most advanced machine the world has ever seen.
It's the ability to say, this could be interesting, we don't know where it can be, we can experiment with the expanse of land here, and we can create a new way of thinking about rules and laws to see if it works. And if it works, it could be revolutionary. If it doesn't work, no doubt we'll learn something from it that we can take to another innovation.
In the test bed that is Dubai, future concepts and high-tech innovations are given a chance to take root.
They've built this city that is made for entrepreneurs, made for multinational businesses, made for individuals with dreams and visions who want to build something.
But Dubai's groundbreaking innovations are not just in hardware. Advances are being made in software technologies as well. And one platform in particular could potentially change this city forever. With its ultra-modern skyline and bustling financial district, Dubai is very much a global hub for trade. Now it wants to go further and revolutionize the way it does business.
If you are a trading hub of the 21st century, you need to be at the forefront of 21st century technology that is going to be the rocket fuel for future trade.
The technology Dubai is banking on is called blockchain. And Asim Janjua from tech firm Consensus believes it can be an economic game changer.
Deepak, how are you, buddy?
Today, he's at what will eventually be the US company's new Dubai home.
Blockchain is fundamentally a change in the way society operates.
I would suggest moving only one door, not both doors, but then we have
so they're okay with moving one door.
Yeah.
Consensus has come here specifically to work with Dubai, to help make it the first blockchain-powered city by 2020.
It's not revolutionary in its technical application. What's going to be revolutionary is how we apply blockchain to our products, our services. We don't know what that looks like, and that's what makes blockchain so interesting and exciting for most people. Basically, this is us as it would be, standing inside space.
Blockchain is perhaps best known as the technology behind the digital currency Bitcoin, but its potential is far greater. Global financial systems are built on a third party, like a bank, validating transactions. Blockchain removes the need for the third party. Instead, transactions are verified and recorded across a decentralized network.
It creates a lot of trust. It creates trust because now the two parties involved in a transaction don't have to worry about the accuracy of that information because technology has made sure that this information is accurate.
Just like the internet, blockchain is set to take our lives in a new direction, making all transactions paperless, instant, and transparent. Dubai plans to put all of its government services on this technology platform. Everything from property deeds to medical records will be processed through blockchain, increasing efficiency and potentially saving Dubai around $1.5 billion a year. Dr. Aisha bin Bashir is Director General of Smart Dubai, the office tasked with stepping into the unknown and executing the blockchain plan.
When talking about a nascent technology, we know that the future is still not yet clear. We can't wait. We want to shape the future today.
Dr. Aisha has brought together two international software developers. Consensus is one of them. The other is tech giant IBM.
I believe for the first time, a competitor sitting around the same table to join the force to make sure that there is a real implementation around blockchain.
It's a strategy of international collaboration. Foreign expertise coupled with Dubai's drive for innovation, creating solutions for this city which could give it a cutting edge in the global economy.
When you talk about an impactful experience, it only will happen when it is going across the industries or across sectors. And here where we can see more benefit from such kind of technologies.
But the strategy goes further. Dubai wants to attract more innovative businesses with a goal of creating new industries operating on blockchain. Tech startup MyCity moved from Lebanon to Dubai last year. Their smart concierge device uses blockchain technology. And today, they are delivering it to one of the country's biggest telecom operators.
Beautiful. It looks amazing. The DO installation is really the peak moment of 2 years of cooperation with DO to provide instant access to the building, zero waiting time, and a perfect solution for a smart city.
This is the first time the smart concierge will be fully operational. It offers immediate identification recognition, using personal biometrics stored on blockchain. Essentially, the system allows instant access into any secure building or location.
The regular process would take up to 10 minutes, amounting to a loss of around $10.5 million per year, just in terms of time and effort, just to access to those places. And the new process takes about 7 to 10 seconds to access.
The MyCity Smart Concierge arrives at the office where it will be installed.
It's really a culmination point of so much work and so much preparation from inception to this moment. It's an amazing feeling. English?
Once in place, DO boss Osman Sultan is on hand to inspect his new acquisition.
The fact that we were very interested in is that this is using blockchain for a decentralized, securely encrypted application. You will be using the same experience all across the UAE for all facilities, be it corporate offices or government buildings, that will be using this type of technology.
A future world with blockchain is partly based on using personal data to interact with your environment.
Blockchain will be able to secure your information, your privacy, in a much better and tighter fashion than it is right now.
MyCity and their smart concierge is just one example of how Dubai wants to be a city built on blockchain. And by offering a platform for these types of innovations, the hope is that others will follow.
Our target is to make Dubai the capital of the blockchain, a global capital, a global hub for all thought leaders, for all startups, for all new implementation and use cases around a blockchain to happen here in Dubai.
Dubai is at the forefront of a groundbreaking technology, using blockchain to digitally transform its economic foundations in both private and public sectors. It's a bold plan, but if successful, the lessons learned here can then be shared around the world. Technology is transforming our world at a speed never before seen in human history. Dubai is a testing ground for tomorrow. But for its investment in the future to truly pay off, much will rest on the next generation.
We are investing a lot when it comes to adding new skills to the city. But we need to make sure that we educate them to cater for these new jobs.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
SpaceX Falcon 9 blasts off from NASA's Kennedy Space Center.
And the Falcon 9 has cleared the tower.
Heading to the International Space Station.
Copy, will do.
Watching a rocket launch is a memorable event for any spectator. But for Alia Al-Mansouri, this one has special meaning. The Dubai teenager is the first international winner of the Genes in Space competition.
2 seconds later,
And on board this rocket ship is her prize-winning experiment.
It was crazy because it was the first time I ever watched a rocket launch in real life. I remember talking to my parents and I was like, but no, really, my experiment is there. And my mom was like, yeah, we know that, Alia. We know that your experiment is in the rocket. And I'm like, yeah, but like it's in the rocket and it's going to space. And they're like, we know, Alia. So it was just excitement.
Alia's experiment focused on how space exposure may affect live organisms. She says she's always been fascinated by science. But winning the competition has fed her passion even further.
My ultimate dream is to be the first astronaut on Mars and to put the UAE flag there and start a city and start, the colonization that would be on Mars. That is my dream.
Alia's dream of going to Mars may sound far-fetched, but the scientists working at Dubai's Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center would disagree. Especially Sara Al-Amiri. Not only is she Minister of State for Advanced Sciences, but she's also the science lead of what is perhaps Dubai's most audacious future project, the Emirates Mars mission.
We want to create, as the UAE, the knowledge that will be provided to the scientific body around the world. And that lies largely in part in the UAE not sending a spacecraft to Mars for the sake of just going there, declaring victory by taking a picture, but rather going there and providing valuable feedback and valuable input towards the scientific community.
Founded a decade ago, the center has already launched 2 satellites into orbit. Its probe to Mars is set to take off in 2020. It will be the Arab world's first mission to another planet. There are also plans to develop a human settlement there by 2117. However, for Sara, that's only part of the journey.
It's about building people. It's not about building buildings. It's not about building the physical spacecraft. It's creating people that are creative enough to stimulate your entire economy and to stimulate the growth of your entire nation.
Dubai's big investment in technological innovations will fundamentally change the city, making some professions obsolete. So while some may question Dubai's need for a Mars mission, the process could help safeguard its economic future.
We sometimes think that the only way a space program is successful is when you have men on the moon planting a flag, or in the case of Dubai, maybe rockets that land in Mars. But a space program is successful because of what it does on Earth, because of what it does for a new generation of engineers, a new generation of innovators, and a new generation of technologists.
Preparing the students of today for the jobs of tomorrow. Science fairs like this one play a big part in that thinking.
From events like these, what we're looking for is to expand the children's imaginations, to further root the students in the universities and basically give them opportunities when it comes to research and development.
Dubai is committed to technology education, not just at science events, but in classrooms across the city as well.
What are hydrothermal vents?
So that the achievements of teenagers like Alia Al-Mansouri are not just a one-off.
They developed like chemosynthesis so that they would be able to survive.
This has been, in some respects, an entrepreneur's country from its foundation. They have felt by the dynamics of what they have here that they have to build something from nothing because historically there's been little here. So now the question is, what would you do to be the same kind of hub of rethinking and reinvention for the 21st century? And of course that boils down to innovation and technology.
The city that began life as a small village now stands at the threshold of a new dawn. As an early adopter of the innovations that could one day become commonplace to us all, Dubai is defining what it will mean to live and work in the cities of tomorrow.
The world needs hubs, the world needs gateways, the world needs connectors, and that's why Dubai is so vital to the future of transport, so vital to the future of logistics, and so vital to the future of our global economy.
This city, on the edge of the desert, that overcame its harsh climate to become an international trading hub, is no longer a place that just inspires images of the future, but one where the future is shaped.